Man, that
welcome back to the Tap. We're a little late today. Always on CP time, but we're here though. That's all that matters. Is Diddy done? Is he? Famous last words. Last time we did a video, and I really wanted to focus on this because we did a video where, and we played because it was allegations at that time, and there's still things that are allegations that he hasn't been convicted of, but we gave him the benefit of the doubt. We always played hey, you know what, man, I don't want to tear down a black man, but this is different. We had some conversations offline about it. Derek, I want to start with you, man.
What's up, y'all? So we talk about my boy, Brother Love, and his football kicks and WWE drag.
Brother Right Hook.
Brother Right Hook, as Steve said. He's not done. He's not done. You know what? So I was at the barbershop this morning waiting for it to open, and I just start pouring my soul into our group chat. Man, it just amazes me. So I'll start with this. I posed a question to the group, and my first go-to was kind of Bill Cosby. And I used the Bill Cosby as my example because he was a prominent black figure in the black community who had a lot of power. He was about to buy NBC Network, alleged. And then we know how that ended. Puff Daddy's not on the same, nowhere near on the same level as Bill Cosby. He's a ex-producer, rap producer, nigga that made a little money. But long as he's black, he ain't gonna never have no real power. So all of that, cause it's Sean P. Diddy Combs, that means absolutely nothing. Hell, Jay-Z didn't get drugged this bad, and he alleged put hands on Solange. Ray Rice. We see that all we see is the outcome. All those men that I named is still fucked up what they did to the women though. And I'm not making no excuse for that. Respectfully, everything I'm saying today, I'm standing on my own business. Fuck Cassie. Period. Yeah, I'm on that type of time.
Why you say that?
Because this ain't got nothing to do with her being a woman. But what it has to do with is this piss poor timing. It's crazy. You wait so long that you outlast statute of limitations in Los Angeles County, which is I know it's obviously shorter than 8 years. All of a sudden now I want this bag. Why now? Why? I'm tired of these so-called victims, and I'm standing on my own when I say this today. Tap following. I'm tired of these victims waiting years and years and years and years and years to fucking finally come out, man. That type of abuse that we saw was just fucking despicable. It wasn't man-like. It was simp. It was everything that we've talked about on this podcast. Brother Love fit the category. Very disappointed, in that black man for what he done.
But so, and we differ. YouTube world. That's what we have podcasts, but some days we're not going to agree. I think that we can't have animosity towards Cassie.
No, there's no animosity. It's just
no.
I mean,
she didn't put the video out.
No, she didn't.
Even if she did, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, but for me, it's just fuck her.
I think to say like, well, because we were debating if it was a cash grab or not. I think, but seeing that action, Diddy literally came out and said that everyone was looking for a payday and it was a cash grab basically, and that all of these statements were a lie. These allegations.
We still ain't heard his side, so can't nobody really say nothing.
But the video,
three sides.
Okay, I get it. I get what you're saying, but that particular
video,
one allegation.
Oh, that video is ugly.
No, I'm saying, but it speaks to volume. It don't matter what she say, don't matter what he say.
I get it. I get what you're
saying.
The
video.
But I get it though. But at the end of the day, that's still a man and a woman who had a domestic dispute. Fuck him being Diddy. That's still a man and a woman in a relationship who had a dispute. Period. We see this shit all the time.
Yeah, but it was bad though. It was bad. Again, man.
Ray Rice was bad.
That was bad too.
Ray Rice was terrible. Bad. That was bad.
Yeah.
But nobody talked about the fact that she owned her shit and took that man back.
She decided to stay.
Yeah. But she owned her shit though. She talked about how she was wrong. Nobody ever talks about that. We're always gonna be stuck on the narrative of a man should not be hitting a woman, and I am 1,000% behind that, unless provoked. You can't just keep taking jabs to the face, being spat at. It's just certain things as a human being. Like, okay, enough is enough.
I just don't think this situation was that case at all, man.
We don't saying accountability for Cassie staying so long, throwing the abuse.
Exactly. What I'm saying is that was an 8-year period. They just now broke up 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, but you have to understand it's a psychological thing. That's why.
Says who?
Because that's trauma, dude. She got with him when she was 19.
She was.
You got to think her entire life, her livelihood, everything was built.
Says who?
Says that. What do you mean? Says
how we know she ain't wasn't down with the shits?
Man, I don't.
They say Little Miami down with the shits. The girl from City Girls. They say she's a sex worker.
But from that video, it didn't look like Cassie was
down with that. Yes.
All I'm saying that's we don't know what happened with that. All we've seen is the gruesome back end of that.
Right.
That was a very gruesome back end.
But that back end was enough to show the that's what's on camera in the lobby, bro. That wasn't even in the room.
Okay, she said he was super drunk too, though.
That don't excuse the behavior. It's a lot of.
So you
but I say there's a lot of drunk people in prison right now.
Yeah, that's done did some dumbass shit.
Right.
Because they off that bottle.
Right. But the court don't say, well, because you were drunk, we're going to look at it differently.
This ain't a court. This ain't a court. None of that. Yeah. The point of it is quit acting like we ain't did no dumb shit at one point in our life. Just because he's Diddy, the nigga was drunk, probably, who knows what the hell they was in that room doing. The bottom line is the back end of that is the narrative, only narrative we have to go off of, which is ugly for any man. I don't disagree with that. What I don't agree with is all these motherfuckers getting these paydays, Bill Cosby, decades and decades and decades later. Fucking, this is 8 years. Where are the people at that help Cassie get out the relationship? Where they at?
Let me ask you a question. All right, so if we look at the math, and I really want you guys to chime in. So let's say if this would have came out in 2016, just think the amount of money Diddy would have lost in endorsements and everything. So her being quiet did him the biggest favor. So I think if she came to him and been like, man, it was torture being with you. I'm traumatized. I go through, I'm with my new husband. If he moved wrong, I'm shaking and shit. You know, like, I mean, that's type of trauma that you have to go through therapy for years. So if she be like, listen, my career didn't move forward, all the stuff while I was with you, like, I really want to be compensated. Like, I could have destroyed you, but I didn't. I think she was in her rightful place to ask for money. That's why it was settled. If he felt he had a leg to stand on, he wouldn't have settled. But I think. Don't know that.
But here's the thing. I don't know why Cassie waited this long to come out with these allegations and try to sue Diddy. Like, I don't know why she waited this long. Maybe it was her fiance or her husband that was pushing her to do it. But it was a while. But from the video, what you saying is right. I thought the same thing. It's plenty of dudes who's not famous who do that to their ladies all day, every day. That's called domestic violence.
All day long, right?
But the thing is, Diddy in a hot seat right now. And it was put out to kill his image even more than what it is right now. I think they already knew they wouldn't be able to press charges because it took so long. Yeah. But just the visual, when people see that, they're like, oh, hell.
But why didn't this come out when all these other allegations first came out? Because everything has timing.
Because
money, I think.
It's money. This ain't a race thing. It's a class thing.
No. Yes, it is a race thing.
You talking about why didn't it come out when he first did it?
Hold on, man. Let's be clear on this. Donald Trump's punk ass was able to put the court proceedings on hold to go to his son's graduation. Name me one black man that can do that. The golfer, the number one golfer, just assaulted a police officer, went to the joint, got out so he could tee off. That's in ESPN news right now. Name me one black golfer that can do that. So at the end of the day, I'm not leaning on. It's not race.
I can name a black man who paid $50,000 to have that shit quiet for some years.
Man, at the end of the day, but they name all the white men that do it too. We want to demonize.
I'm not demonizing them because he's black. I'm saying it's because they're powerful.
But what about all these hunkies that do it?
I feel like it doesn't matter what your race is if you do it. Man, and again,
they don't get the same energy though.
Yeah, I think they're going to stick it to Diddy.
Because he's a black man with some money.
Yeah, they have been sticking it to him.
Ain't no black man can walk around the United States and say, I run this. White men are not going.
But I'm not taking away from what he did. Like, now, what he did was wrong.
No,
like,
but I don't want it to be based on the premise of he got money and this. No, he's still a man first.
And Drew, you just said
he's still a man first.
He went to jail for testimony alone. So that should tell you they're
yeah. Yes.
That's not
okay.
Or like this.
Hey. Harvey Weinstein also went to prison on testimony. No, he's white.
I read that he got convicted.
He got convicted off testimony. There wasn't no video evidence. It was all people testifying on stuff that happened years ago. And what I'm saying is that, yes, I'm not saying that our people are not judged more harshly in the eyes. I get that. I'm not disagreeing with that. But I'm saying this is also a class thing too, because although even if we were all white in here with our class level, if we would have acted in that same behavior, we would have got shown real quick in the courts where we stand, regardless of our color. And what I'm saying is he had the power to pay that money and say, man, put this on hush. Am I saying that other people of any race not doing this?
Take power out, because when he was up under Andre Harrell, did he have power? No. Let me ask you this. Would we still be saying he got power if none of this ever happened? Absolutely not. The word power would never even come up.
But he has
in
power.
2016, when that happened, he had power and money. Because he made that shit go away. He made that. That's why we didn't hear about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Power or that dollar bill ain't never lost.
That's the same thing. It's power. Money is power.
And this happened in 2016. Diddy was relevant and he was rich and he made that shit go away. Well, he thought he did. Then it came back.
Okay.
But I'm saying, like, and I agree, we can't confuse it. That power is that money. He went down there like.
Well, he had influence too. He had pull too, though. He had money. He had connections.
He had connections.
It's Diddy.
I agree, man, but I don't know too many black men that got certain officials and all that kind of stuff on payroll on lock like that.
But Coach D, man, just really, I mean, like, I feel like some people, when we initially made the video, I understand there's women who lie. That happens. And there's a lot of men's lives who get destroyed. Like, to me, I feel if you want to use the race thing, let's use that for Jonathan Majors. He got torched. Yeah. He didn't deserve that. He was publicly destroyed. His career was destroyed. He didn't deserve that at all.
What?
Black.
But I'm saying that was self-defense. I'm just saying
because he was what?
But black. This particular situation is not the same.
I'm not saying that they the same. All I'm simply saying is these white pieces of shit get to do this stuff all the time, and they're not demonized. They're not called monsters. They're not called any of that.
But Harvey Weinstein is white, and he's in jail for the rest of his life.
Out here?
Huh?
Dead.
Harvey Weinstein.
But he hung himself.
Yeah, but that's one example. Can you name someone else?
What are you talking about? Jeff Epstein?
No, Epstein hung himself.
Jeff.
Yeah,
that's what I thought you was talking about.
No, Harvey Weinstein is the movie guy.
He was on the island though, wasn't he?
No, Jeff Epstein. Epstein.
Similar.
And there's conspiracies regarding Epstein that we're not even gonna get into. But what I'm saying is that let's just take the optics out of like color, all of that, just based on his actions, and we could say, well, she should have did this, she should have did that, man. We're not getting beat on like that and somebody had power over us. Like, you don't know how you may act. So I feel like we can't demonize her and be like, fuck her, you should have came out earlier. It's like, man, look, if that one shit that we seen, yeah, you should go you should have got that civil penalty. Because if you'd have came out with it and destroyed him, all his endorsements, the amount of money he would have made wouldn't have been there.
That nobody give a fuck about that when it comes to putting your hands on a woman. All that goes out the door the moment your hand touches her in a way.
She played the long game? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying she played the long game. I'm saying that I think that she was convinced that
if you don't have any money.
Like, I don't want to destroy him. I know this would destroy him. Like it's almost like it's like a Stockholm syndrome. Just think about saying like slaves back in the day. Right. It's easy to say, well, why wouldn't slaves get up and revolt? Why wouldn't they do this?
Right.
And it's like, man, that shit is psychological.
Yeah.
When you sitting there grooming people and conditioning them, it's easy to control them. And once they wake up and realize how powerful they are, you won't do that. So from the outside, it's like, man, why was black people slaves for 400 years? I feel like that is an ignorant thing to say. And I think, to me, I don't want to demonize Cassie for that. Like, I demonize the women who lie and try to, like that young white lady who destroyed Jonathan Majors. Like, you was combating with this man. This man was running away. Man, this woman, Cassie, was trying to leave. Even though you punched her in the eye, whatever happened, maybe let's say she spit on him or did some trifling shit. We don't know what happened in the house to cause that. She was retreating for safety, and he ran after her. And I think that for her not to go to the authorities, for her not to pursue it, for her not to do all that, that one instance alone would have cost him more than what he paid in the settlement. So to me, when she came to him like, hey, I went through all this, you know what you sent me through? And she downplayed that in the actual, what is it called? If you read the complaint, she didn't even put all the shit, how he fucking football kicked her and was punching her and dragging her. She didn't even put all that in there.
But you know what? That's not why he paid her. He paid her because she had a lot of dirt on him.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But if she would have went to him and said, hey, you sent me through all this, I deserve it. He wasn't trying to hear that shit. Mm-mm. But because she applied that pressure and had all that dirt, it was better for him to pay. But you talking about a victim's mindset, basically. Like, we can't relate to her mindset because we ain't never been beat on.
Exactly.
By, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I would, you know what I'm saying? You would think like, yeah, I'm going to go tell somebody because I'm getting beat on, but I've never been in that position. I don't have a victim's mindset. I ain't never been in that position. You know what I mean?
You remember when Eddie Murphy said the joke, I don't know, maybe it was Eddie Murphy, but he talked about when people be looking at like slavery back in the day, like, man, shit, if I got off that boat and they'd have whipped on me, I would have beat their ass. They'd be like, man, you would have got off that boat, got hit with them whips and been a bit out there.
See, I hate that analogy because they had fucking guns and whips. Like, when they say slavery was a choice, like, yo, they literally would kill you if you didn't go pick a cop.
But
period.
And it was psychological to the point where throughout time, they didn't need all that to control people. And it could have been with this young lady. He been conditioning her for so long. Like, I control you. If you do this, I'll destroy you. You have so much to lose. That shit is psychological, man. I feel like you can't.
She got married 3 years later. That happened in 2016. She got married in 2019.
She's doing amazing. She got her money.
Buddy and the husband ain't no slouch. He $500,000. Ain't no comparison to his money. Brother loves money, but $500,000.
So now
he millionaire. Right. But $500,000 just on a day-to-day living ain't a bad lifestyle.
No.
3 kids. So at the end of the day, she done moved on, started a new family, so on and so forth. That's not to say that she may not have trauma, but what I'm tired of is sitting around having these kind of conversations with no real facts. We see this punk ass video where he did some sucker shit, but in there, he was really drunk. He was this. He was this. That's what's in black and white. So okay, your liquor got the best of you, and you did some horrific shit that you had no business doing. To a woman, period. We all can agree to that. But all these other names that come along with it, my only point is...
What other names you talking about?
This period, like, he's a monster, he's this, he's that. Okay.
Let me ask you
Just make sure you call Donald Trump's punk ass, just grab her in the pussy, call him a monster, call all these other motherfuckers that's been really harm women. Make sure that all these white men get that same treatment.
But he is on trial, though, right?
Who? Not for that.
But Donald Trump is on trial.
No, Trump, he on trial for Stormy Daniels. On top of being married and paying her off. Right. So what the fuck is what's different with Diddy doing? But then we don't talk about the white man that's doing it.
No. But shouldn't we let the court system? He's in the court system, right?
Come on, Drew.
For real.
Who's talking? How many people do you hear talking about Stormy Daniels in the hush money case?
What are you talking about? It's on the news all the time.
How many people? Fuck the news. How many people? Just regular people talk about that.
I don't hear nothing about Story Daniels.
Not many. Yeah. But the Diddy shit, you go to any barbershop right now. We was in a barbershop this morning talking about it. You can go to any barbershop, damn, bruh. Hey, you see that Diddy video? That's all you hear people saying. You see that Diddy video? You don't hear nobody saying, hey, bro, you keeping up with that Trump hush money case? That's not a fucking topic of conversation.
I'm ignorant to the Stormy Daniels. That was his old lady?
So that's who he was stepping out with, paid her off. and that's part of the lawsuit that, or part of the allegations that he's been charged with now in court.
Well, why he getting charged with stepping out with a brother?
Hey, Trump 2024. But hey, so
Fuck Trump.
hey, I fucks with Trump. But
Okay, so you'll fuck with a motherfucker who'll step out on his wife, pay hush money, but then you talking about Diddy, who allegedly he's gonna pay hush money. Make it make sense, Drew?
hey,
But a Diddy physically assaulted that girl,
Man, look.
Read it. He physically assaulted, and Donald Trump sexually assaulted.
hold up. That was a sexual.
grab him by the
Yeah.
Hold up. Sexual assault.
Trump ain't on camera though.
Hey,
We ain't.
Man, hold up. So, listen.
What was that sexual? Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm treading
Sexual assault is different. What you're saying.
No, all I'm
The
saying-
hush money is not a sexual assault.
Against a woman, was it not?
but did she want it? He said that they wanted it.
Hey, listen. She made her
Trump
point,
said
right?
that they
Hey,
wanted it.
listen. She made her point. It's in court. Let the trial go through.
Okay, well,
if he found guilty, guess what? He ain't gonna be president. But I guarantee he's gonna be found innocent. The January 5th, he's gonna be found innocent of that.
Anyway, I've never.
Hey.
How do you set
Hey,
the fuck
all these indictments?
the nation to Capitol Hill?
Impeached.
Go to Capitol Hill and tear that motherfucker up. I'll be there. He told him to go, and you supporting that?
Hey, but they got to be held accountable. Like they didn't have to go there and do that shit. Bro. We wasn't in there.
Oh no, some of them getting their law late.
That's like treason, damn near. And this president,
Right.
crazy.
hey,
Come on, man. On your own country.
But
Hey,
I don't think you giving this white man all this energy you giving this black man.
listen. It ain't about
He way
color.
more corrupt than he is.
Listen, it ain't about color. It's not about color, man. It ain't about race.
My point
A
is,
little bit it is.
All I'm saying is, listen.
They're not colorblind.
Listen.
foul. Period.
But listen, he's
Yeah,
on.
his actions foul.
Okay, regardless of how I feel, regardless of how you feel, he's on trial, right? So let the justice system do what it's supposed to do. So if he's found guilty, I'm going to side with the law. Like, hey, they pretty much prove without above a reasonable doubt that you acted in a manner that, because right now it's allegations. That's, for example, I'm not sitting on this podcast saying P. Diddy is guilty of the trafficking and all the other stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this particular abuse that happened on video. That's what I'm talking about.
But don't the Jonathan Majors case make you lose faith in the justice system?
Exactly. That happened in his
Because
relationship.
the justice system didn't serve Jonathan Majors at all.
No,
Well,
because he did this, took the phone.
Yeah.
Back, it might have did it hit him in the head.
And they threw the book at him.
Yeah.
They threw the book at him, bro.
Now he can't do nothing.
Took him out of Marvel, Kane, no
Right.
more.
He can't do nothing else
yeah, I mean,
besides the other
For taking his property.
But and it's like, why? We can't ignore the fact that he's black, bro. Like,
I'm not
Come on.
saying there's some natural biases. It's true. But I feel like that also there's some natural biases if you look at Diddy and you overlook it because he's black.
Nobody's overlooking it. The thing of it is,
What I'm
flat
okay.
wrong.
he did wrong.
Okay.
He did.
All right, so let's do a panel. Are you saying fuck Cassie?
No.
No, that's all. I already told you. I'm standing on my own business. On that.
I know.
I'm standing on it. That's why I made.
I know, but I'm just
Only
saying.
me.
But why though, man? Like that's why it don't make sense.
But because at the end of the day, here's where I'm at with it. 8 years have gone by. Now we're outside of the statute of limitation in which any kind of charges can be pressed. 1, 2. That was in 16. You remarried in 19. So I'm not here to judge how long you should go through, allow trauma to hold you back from moving on.
Mm-hmm.
But in that window, nobody has any fucking factual information. Who helped you come out of that? Who helped you get from up under her? Under him? You don't hear none of that. All you hear is they dated at this time. She got married at this time. Years later, during the time that I was with him, these horrific things was happening. But it leads us up to interpretation to build our own narrative.
So let me ask you
narrative
this.
that we building is some bullshit because nobody has no facts of what was really happening during that time.
So what about like when you say that, and since you brought up Trump, because we discussed not to bring up politics, but with that situation, you realize that all start coming up once he start running for president, right? All this stuff from the past.
Okay, so time out. That's a good point.
No. I'm just saying.
Great point. Great point.
I mean,
So
like,
then who's to say that whatever this contract was that Diddy didn't sign, now he's getting hit the same way that Trump would get hit.
But this started with Cassie, though. Like,
Yeah.
well, she felt.
I'm saying like the Stormy Daniels thing. All this like I think a lot of businessmen do corrupt shit. I mean, to say they don't.
Politicians.
Period. But of course, once you go run for president, then people may want to air some dirty laundry, come out with stuff that happened years ago. Oh, he said this in some locker room talk about grab by the pussy. Well, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff came out when he was running for president. But you know, you don't have the energy towards that. Like, we only coming out because if he never ran for president, we had never heard for this. But with Diddy, it's like, well,
same thing with Diddy.
But I'm saying with Diddy, it's like you're upset that it's years later, and I just think like you got to have the same energy.
I got the same energy for the people that came out against Bill Cosby. All that didn't come up to a ledge.
Yeah, that was like 25 years later.
It was in the 70s.
Yeah.
We got people from the 70s and the 80s.
That's crazy.
Coming up once he made mention of buying NBC.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Bill Cosby had the manpower to do it.
Now, is there a conspiracy?
Could be.
I said that in a conversation, right? I said there could be, right?
Be.
That's way too long to be coming up with he did this, he did that, and it's 25, 30 years later.
That's my point. My whole thing is you telling me it took my boy cracked the joke, and then that kind of pulled the sheets back, and then I think maybe a little while after, it literally lit fire, and that's when all those 50 women, they were
coming out the woodwork.
And my whole thing is that he did this. Oh yeah, he did that.
Right.
Because why? Because it's Bill Cosby. And they know he's attached to a piece of paper. That was America's dad in the black community.
With the Trump thing, why is it a big deal that a multimillionaire had a side piece? I mean, okay, since the beginning of time, men have had side pieces that produce power.
This is what I say. I'd say
what does that have to do with it?
It's gonna play out in court, and he gonna be president. But I'll leave that.
Was he abusing her, or he just had a side piece?
He was not abusing her at all.
So he had a side piece.
The allegation was, hey, don't bring this up. Here goes some money. Keep it to the side. That's what it was. But
but why not bring it up?
No. I said let it. It's in the courts.
Why did he pay her?
The image. Yeah, it was bad for his image.
Why did he pay her? So why not? What did he settle if a motherfucker is allegedly saying X, Y, and Z? We're not saying, you're not saying it's for his image. You're saying he did, right? He did. That's my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you see how when he do it, oh, he's guilty. That's all you hear is a lot of brothers and sisters in our community.
Listen, bro.
He did.
Okay.
But after that video, Diddy probably did do a lot of fuck shit.
Listen, bro.
There's evidence now.
Yeah.
We have to put a stand on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Stand on now.
But I'm saying, even with the stand on, I'm not up here saying fuck Stormy Daniels. You get what I'm saying?
Whoa.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying,
because he paid her hush money.
But
I'm saying, fuck he did.
But I'm saying, you're saying fuck Cassie.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand on that. Fuck her.
I don't get it, man. I mean, it's like
I don't. Here's the thing.
Is it because you?
Yeah, that they were
if
together.
Diddy was white, how would you feel?
It would still be just like it is now. If he was a white man doing it, I'd still be like, fuck him, he a piece of shit. Read our group chat.
No.
Fuck them pieces of shit.
No, I meant her, the woman. Would it be fuck her still?
It's fuck anybody. If she was white, what do you mean?
No.
Anybody that waits that long, fuck you.
If Diddy, so it's just because she waited that long. So is it fuck Stormy Daniels too for
8
waiting that long?
years, a new marriage, fucking, did Stormy Daniels take him to court? No. Stormy Daniels didn't go after Trump. She's waited, and now you are fully established, you're still doing well, then you went after Diddy. All this shit came out well after the fact. You've moved on, I've moved on. We were in a fucking relationship. Let's keep it a buck. They were in a relationship. So because I am who I am, I'm coming for your pockets.
Do you think she's owed anything?
No.
Cassie?
Here's the thing. Let me say this. I don't want to say no. I don't know what their agreements were.
Let's just say based off the visual. Let's say the video.
Based off the visual, it was a fucking relationship, and he did some dumbass shit that he had no business doing to a woman.
Should he have paid her for that?
Did she go and file for it? No. Why would I pay out money? And because we don't know what he could have did. He could have bought her a fucking Ferrari. He could have jeweled her up, put money into her account.
Based off visuals, should Solange pay Jay-Z for the way she put her hands on him?
She should. She should.
I mean, he owed money because that's your point.
But
what about Ray Rice?
I mean, with that, I mean, of course, I think the connotation, we talked about this before, is it should be treated equally. But naturally, we know that it's not. I mean, it's the world we live in.
Hold on, but should Solange pay Jay-Z?
Should Solange pay Jay-Z if Jay-Z decided to?
She assaulted him.
She assaulted him.
That was on camera.
That's assault.
In the elevator.
Okay.
She assaulted him.
It was for the world to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And he like this. Jay like this the whole time.
She didn't lose any endorsements. Nothing happened to her, bro.
Got more movies.
She got more movies. Yeah, she got more endorsements.
More albums.
Yeah.
Nobody
That's not right.
Here's the thing. America didn't give a fuck that was Jay-Z.
Nope.
But I bet you if it was Brad Pitt or somebody, or I bet you it was
one of the most famous
prominent
actors of all time.
Nobody gave a fuck about that being Jay-Z.
Listen, we understand, and we talked about this before. It's the world we live in. When it comes to, listen to me, does it make it right? I'm not excusing it, but we understand that the visualization, if a fucking woman at 120 pounds was attacking Jay-Z, it was very fucked up, and she should have been.
Assault is assault.
Listen
Zero
to me, and I get it. I'm not.
She was kicking.
Right.
Listen to me.
In this atmosphere, it's supposed to be zero tolerance.
I'm making clear it should be zero tolerance, but do we agree that the world isn't like that? Right? We understand that's the case.
Yeah, reality.
But also too, it wasn't like Diddy came out with the allegations towards her, like, yeah, you were abusive, you made me do all this.
He hasn't said nothing.
He said everything she said was a lie.
He said.
Would you like me to read it?
But that video discredited him.
That disclaimer he put out.
That discredited
Everybody's coming to his character, right?
Well, he said everything Cassie said was a lie.
She said it was a lie.
But then we see him like field goal kicking her head.
Yeah.
She wasn't lying.
So listen, that right there, that discredits him on that alone. So hey, maybe she's telling 30% of the truth. Maybe she is lying in some of that. We don't know.
That's all I'm saying. That right there, I can take that.
Let's flip it towards him. You said if he would have came out and been like, hey, during our relationship, I'm not proud of all the decisions I've made. We decided to move on amicably. This was the best decision for us. We're going to settle out and move on. It would have left it open to where you're not denying stuff. You get what I'm saying? But you openly made it out this woman to be a liar, and it was basically a cash grab and destroying your character. No, bro, you destroyed your character. And it's not one motherfucker saying it, bro. It's too many people.
Where's the evidence at?
Nigga, it's on video.
No.
You saying more? You want more?
It's more. I guarantee you. Famous last words. I guarantee you there's going to be more.
No, I'm just saying, based off what you just said.
I guarantee you more is coming.
There's going to be more.
We had this one.
No, there's more coming. I guarantee. And this is why I say this, because we talked about this. Because you said, you was like, man, the feds didn't come up with nothing yet. Mm-hmm. Man, when the feds, Diddy is too powerful and rich to come at him with the weak case. They're not just going to come and be like, hey, we found something. Go, bro. They're gonna build that. They could sit on that. It wasn't like he murdered somebody or something crazy where they need a conviction right away. Because if you go to court with a weak case, it's going to get thrown out.
Right.
So they're going to take but they could sit on that for a year. And my squad leader was an actual federal investigator, bro. They would sit on a case and be investigating, pull everything. So when they actually pull that case together, you're gonna have to fight. Case. It's gonna have a strong case. And these are the feds, bro. They're not gonna come in there. So I say this. I believe you're innocent until proven guilty, and I always believe that. Everything he was alleged of.
Is he innocent?
He's innocent until he's proven guilty.
Based off the video you seen.
Nah, he ain't innocent off domestic violence. He's guilty.
No. Hold. Based off the video, what's your thoughts?
I believe, based off the video, that he's a proven liar. I believe that he does have monster behaviors, and I believe
Donald Trump don't.
Man, look, I'm not saying that. I don't believe that. I say if Trump is guilty, we're gonna see in the courts.
Hey, look, let me say something. I'll put it this way though, because I think we can relate to what Diddy did. Y'all ever been into it with y'all significant other, and y'all feel like dog walking her because y'all got into it, but something keeps you from doing that?
Yes.
Because you've been taught to control your emotions and have self-control.
Yes.
Well, we seen Diddy. There was no self-control. Cuz walked out of the room with the towel on.
So is that's his brand?
He ran,
bro. That's his character, bro.
That's his character.
Would we say that's the character that we know? As long as we've been old enough to really know who he is, would we say that's the guy that we have all known?
We haven't been shown that.
Derek, he puts on a show.
Now,
But what we seen, come on, as men,
and Donald Trump, no.
I'd say, listen,
I know Donald Trump has his faults too. But
I'm not saying he
talking
don't have
about
his faults. I'm not saying he don't have his faults.
So let me ask you something. Hey, Will, we all have been to college, right? We didn't see some cats get their heads been drunk and they got their heads knocked off, right or wrong. And then woke up the next day and probably was like, oh man, damn, bro, I wish I wouldn't. I was wasted. What happened last night? We done seen people get drunk and be on dumb shit, and next day it's like, what happened, right or wrong? Clearly,
But that doesn't excuse the behavior.
Who is saying that, man?
But wait a minute.
I'm not saying that as excusing anything. What I'm saying is, people done been drunk and then did some fuck shit, and then woke up the next day like, shit, bro, what happened?
But do you think that was alcohol or that was his character?
No. But I'm going off.
I'm asking you.
Black and white. Man, for him to run down the hallway in the town, man, buddy.
Something's wrong with him, bro. That's some issues, dog. Hey.
All I'm saying is this. I stepped back. I watched it. I watched it on CNN. I watched them highlight the text in the court document. Said that he was really drunk. That was in the black and white. So my whole thing is this. Do I think this on the norm, buddy? You in hotels running down the hallway? I would hope not. But I don't know Diddy personally. These are all.
What if Diddy get drunk a lot? He's a party guy with Ciroc. And he like to party. Yeah. So if he's drunk a lot, then he's doing it a lot. Shit,
then, dude, that's you, buddy. You can't control your liquor, and it allows you to do dumb shit.
So what about
this one caught your ass?
So what about all the people that work for him that are actually creating statements, testifying to seeing his behaviors firsthand? Let's say when he was with a black woman, Kim, when he was beating her, she had to get plastic surgery on her nose, where she cut his wrist. Like, he's known for beating women. Like, these people that see him and work with him and see it, and most times they probably turn a blind eye to it, because if let's say I'm making a lot of money, I got my mortgage, I got my bills to pay, and if I sit here and bite the hand that feeds me because I want to report this man, and most when you're rich, even if he got a DV, he gets slapped on the wrist, community service. But now you out of work, you out of everything, and the connections he has can get you out of the industry completely. But everybody around him is echoing the same thing. It's not like one woman is saying this, but there's so many different people saying we seen him engage in this behavior. To us, we got the facade. We got the facade, the Diddy that we fell in love with, that we admired.
Right.
But the real Diddy is the people who like, bruh, that nigga be beating women. That nigga was beating his wife. He was choking her. He was pushing her. He was beating her ass. He was doing all this stuff. I'm a security guard, bro. I seen this with my own eyes. So we supposed to say, are you lying? And everybody's lying?
Yeah, I think that's...
But everybody do want cash grab.
That's why I'm not buying none of that. You dealing with some real
every case that came against him, nothing was ever criminal. It was all civil.
Sexual, right? Simple stuff, right?
Everything was, how can we get money out? Yeah. So that's why it's hard to believe everything.
Well, the Fed case is actual criminal. That's an actual case being built right now. But
that ain't here yet, though.
But what I'm saying is, so
but everything that's been settled has all been the civil shit.
Here's the thing.
No one's came after him.
I think that it lends credits to what she says, that video, because it was like,
now hers, yes,
yeah,
it definitely agree with that. And to me, for them to be saying they seen it on other women, where back then you couldn't whip out your phone as easily, it wasn't available to really capture those moments. But people are speaking to that, and not all of them are asking for money. Those security guards are not asking for money at all. They don't have cases. Little Rod do.
Okay, yeah.
But all them other people who's been talking, they're not sitting here like, hey, I got a lawsuit against Diddy. They just opening up talking about it. Like, bro, I seen... Man, so what, bro?
Oh, come on, man.
Hey, that is, when you get paid for an interview, you might throw a little extra on.
Hey, listen.
Come on, man.
Why is it okay? So why is it? I mean, I just feel like, man, why are we dismissing the fact? Okay, let me ask you this question: do you think it was wrong that he lied and said that she was a liar?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, Derek. Do you think that was wrong for him to say that she was lying about what she said in that claim?
My answer to that is I don't know.
Come on, bro.
Listen.
Come on.
The nigga ain't got a chance to speak yet. One.
He didn't have to speak. He did speak. Wait a minute. He did say that.
Fuck that. I'm talking about
about.
A nigga ain't sat down like this right now. Will, this what happened with me and Cassie. When I was dating Cassie, you know what? Plenty of times she would get drunk, pass out, spaz out on me, or vice versa. When I was with Sean, he beat me every day. That type of energy ain't happened yet. Ain't no different with Jonathan Majors. Hey man, fuck out of here with that old weird tone and conversation he was having. Had a real conversation, bro. Listen, I've been struggling with this. I've been struggling with that, X, Y, and Z. But even his dog and pony show, some of the stuff I felt like, hey, buddy was really battling with some things.
Okay, well, I would say if Cassie was doing the same thing, getting drunk and putting hands on Diddy, because that could happen.
Right, because I mean, this is the party culture.
That could happen, but on camera, we seen Diddy running down the alleyway with a towel on,
listen,
chasing her ass and dragging her back to the room.
I don't agree with that sucker ass shit at all, because the thing of it is Diddy, you automatically in the wrong because she's fleeing.
And he tried to kick her head off.
You kicked her. You grabbed her, threw her to the ground, kicked her twice, and you drugged that woman back to the room.
Yeah.
And then even when she tried to leave again, you threw a vase at her.
Sat in the chair. The elevator threw a vase.
So my whole thing is, at some point, do I feel like motherfucker got his head? Do I feel like P. Diddy's head is inflated and I'm him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like that. But guess what? White America got a trick for them for us who walk around feeling like we're him.
I think God.
We will see.
I think God will can humble anybody, any man or any woman. And I think when you feel you above anything, it may take time. Hell, it may be 20, 30 years. It don't matter.
I agree with that.
But God can humble us all. And I think that I stand on the right side of justice, regardless. You know, if somebody doing something wrong, you know, to that nature, and you openly come out and you make this other woman out to be like she's a cash grab, she's a liar, and it literally visually displays you acting in a manner that's just, it's like, whoa. I feel like that. I hope you do some soul searching, and I pray you not acting in that, but it lends credits to the other things she said, because it's like, was she telling the truth about this other stuff? Because you said she was a liar. You said she was an openly liar.
Okay, are you going to negate the part in the actual court documents that said Buddy was really drunk?
I feel like that
because people do dumb shit when they're drunk.
I agree. People do dumb shit when they're drunk, and no matter if he drink one time or it doesn't matter how many times he drinks. We live in a society that if you go out here and you not a big drinker and you get behind the road and you mow over some kids and you be like, but I really don't drive drunk. That's not really me.
All I'm saying is judgments are impaired.
But I get it. Judgments are impaired, but you are responsible. You are responsible for your decision to drink.
I'm not saying he's not, but how many times have we been in a situation where you busted and you might just get beyond yourself, and before you know it, you all might be all over a chick. That's not your normal character.
Right, I get it, but Diddy endorses Ciroc and he parties a lot. So someone who parties a lot, how often is he displaying his behavior and he's drunk because he does this? He parties a lot.
We don't know because all we've ever heard was historically he throws great parties.
Well, let me ask you something. This is for Drew, you, Coach D, and me, because you ain't got a daughter. If it was our daughters on the film, will we give two shits about if he was drunk or not? If we seen her getting football kicked in the head.
Are you asking me this?
Yeah,
right now?
Yeah, if that was your daughter on the film
8 years ago, right now, answering in both contexts.
You just seen on the film that's your daughter getting treated like
his
that.
Ass 8 years ago. I can call my daughter right now. 4132 Idlehour Circle, Apartment D, in fucking Meadows at the Chopper. I pulled up with my 40 out, cock back loaded, getting ready to pull the trigger. 8 sheriffs came right down that hill. He told me. I said the dude he pulled a gun out and he threatened. He said, Mr. White, if you would have shot him, you would have went to jail. I said, why? He threatened my daughter, and he had a gun out. He said, no. What he said is I'll wet this motherfucker up. In the hood, is that not a threat, guys? Yeah. Thank you. To us, it's a threat, but in the court of law, he didn't threaten her. So today, I need the whole story. Did you smack this motherfucker? What did you do? What happened in that room? You tell me ain't shit happened in that room? Dad, and you tell me, and I believe my daughter, heartfelt, Dad, nothing happened. I'm on his ass.
Well, what if something happened and she's trying to get away?
Right.
Because she's trying to get away.
And
then the dude said he didn't put hands on your daughter.
She had no part in it at all.
Let's just use the context of the video. Just use that.
She's trying to get away.
I didn't know what happened.
Well, they got to a domestic
video.
argument, but she's trying to get away.
Right, just use that video.
You know what I mean? And the dude said he didn't do nothing to your daughter. Clearly, he's lying.
In part, I'm going out there. In part, I'm on his ass. You kicked my daughter while you threw her to the ground, kicked her while she was down. I'm on your ass.
Yeah, like why did you have to come out the hotel room with your robe by your towel, bro? Like
I'm on your ass.
Yeah.
But
now let's say 8 years from now.
I still gotta ask her.
It doesn't excuse it, but I think there was something in that bag. He had his mind on that bag.
Yeah, because he grabbed the bag.
There was something in that bag. It could have been.
And whatever fell out.
It could have been something of value was in that bag.
That's what I'm. Thank you, man.
And then he ran, and that's why he was running.
Because he ran.
There's only one reason I can think is that if a girl take your phone and you don't want to get, you can go through it, or she took something else of value.
Yeah.
Because she was skating down that hallway.
Yeah.
With that bag.
Why he didn't just take the bag? Why he got to kick her in the head?
He took the bag out.
Had a hood on and everything.
Bruh.
You know, she came out.
She didn't have to do that, bro.
Hoodied up and everything. Like
he was pissed when he looked down. He came out like he was in the shower.
Yeah.
Saw that her and that bag was gone.
He was
Reason why I don't believe that, and it's because he got the bags and he came back out after her. He didn't get the bags and just stay in his room.
He was pissed. Like,
right, yeah.
That's what he did. He was doing.
At that point, he's in his full range at this point.
Cassie hit the down button on the elevator, looked around, and there was a vase coming right on her head.
Yeah.
This cat in the chair.
At the end of the day, we all can shake hands and agree that him putting his feet on her, dragging that woman to the ground, dragging her, stepping on her, kicking her, is never, ever, ever, under any circumstance acceptable. My problem with people like Cassie and other motherfucking women that wait years, 8 fucking years. Bill Cosby situation, 30, 40, 50 years.
That's crazy, yeah.
And that
I agree.
And sit there and speak and be like, Steve, in 71, you remember Big Booty Sheila, and you like this.
71, yeah.
So let me hold on. I want to answer that question. So I say, if it was years later, I would be heartbroken to know that my daughter was living in such a tumultuous life. You know, I'm thinking you're fine. I'm thinking you're safe. You got this rich guy, you know, and you were getting beat on, because a lot of times other family members may not know. So I would be heartbroken. Now, because I don't want to get, like you said, in trouble with the law and all that, it's only so much we can do as fathers. But emotionally, you want to get to this man. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to get to you. Like, I want to put them paws on you. Like, I want me and her brothers to show you to never do that again. And it's a natural instinct. Mm-hmm. And I think if it was in the moment, day of, I don't care what happened in that room, who started what, this, and that. It's not like he was running out the room and she was antagonizing him, because then it's like, I'm going to look at it differently. Like, I teach my daughters, even when they're dealing with their brothers, I tell them, don't hit them because they can hit you back. This is Sister Angelica, so she's joining. So let me she's beeping in. Hold on, brother. Let me.
Hey, Bria, man. Come on, man. Make this a 3-way call.
Right.
Okay. Sister Angelica, we can. I need to turn them on. Y'all probably gotta put on your headphones. Give us a minute. I'm sorry. Oh, what headphones you got here? Just give them those.
Who's this for?
Give them those. Yeah.
Okay, I can hear.
You can hear. All right, go ahead, Sister Angelica. We switched the subject what we was talking about before, but give us your insight on what we're discussing.
Well, I actually didn't tune in because I just got into the car to get here. So could you summarize exactly what y'all was talking about? If you don't mind.
We was talking about the Puff Daddy incident. The video just came out of him dog walking Cassie by the elevators. I don't know if you've seen that or not. So we was just saying, if that video comes out 8 years later, is it justified? Does that discredit Diddy and what he was saying.
Can you give her a roundabout on what the panel feels? So she's clear.
Coach D, get yours.
Yeah, give yours.
Hey.
You go.
Hey, how you doing?
That same energy.
Same energy.
Hey, listen.
Same energy.
You know what? Hey, hey, we here, Gina. So listen, I'm gonna say it like this. I stood on by myself. Fuck Cassie. One. Now, hold on. I know I see high eyebrows. That's surprise. Listen, I don't agree with him putting his hands on her by no means whatsoever. Dragging her to the ground, stumping her, dragging her back to the room, and she's trying to get away. I do not agree with that. Nor I don't stand in any alignment with that. My problem is all of these years go by, and then all of a sudden, people want to come out, and generally, it's attached to a monetary come up. That's what I have a problem with, because if it's that tumultuous, if you're getting your tail whooped, sister, get out. But that attachment to the dollar bill can't be that strong that you just don't want to leave. So my thing is, like, I use Bill Cosby. People from the 70s, the 80s were coming out. And it's people that this man probably did not even remember. Like, man, what? I don't even ever remember seeing this person.
I'm sure Diddy remember what he did.
So the thing is, and then my other thing was this. I brought up Donald Trump. You don't hear nobody calling him a monster, demonizing him, his behavior. Man, grab women in the chocha. He paying off hush money, paying off Stormy Daniels. Don't tell nobody that me and you did what we did, and he's married. Nobody demonizes Donald Trump or the white men when they do it. But when our men do it, man, we are the worst. I still don't stand with him in regards to putting his hands on Cassie. I don't.
Well, I agree with you with that. I believe that it's a hidden agenda with what's going on right now. Especially it being so many years has went by, and now all this propaganda about him is coming out.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying is when you playing with the kind of money that Puff Daddy's playing with or Brother Love is playing with, let's not forget he's still black. It don't matter how many billions he got. Jay-Z can't walk around like he owns something. Puff Daddy can't walk around like he owns something, because here in America, they're still black men, and they will be reminded very quickly that, hey, don't get too ahead of yourself. We still run this. Nobody talks about any of the other allegations, like who was the guy that Dr. Dre and them get down with? Is it Leo? No, not Leo. Older white guy, got a funny voice.
Did he do the beats on the piano?
He's like a record exec. If you see the documentary with
he started off with him, right?
With Dre and Eminem and all them.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Ruthless, or what was it called? The white guy. It's not Leo Corin.
But
he
was here when they first started, right? Yeah.
So
it's a lot of contracts and a lot of things alleged that Diddy didn't comply with. Now here we are today with this, but we're only focused on this. Nobody focuses on the other hearsay, because that's really not entertaining.
That's not the opinion of the entire crew. I just want to make that clear. I can't hear you.
No, that's just Coach D.
Yeah, so
I stand on my own business. Trump over here.
Hey, I fuck with Trump. I mean, it is what it is. But I think that I personally think it's easy. I should say easy. It's just she was in a state of abuse, and I've never been in abuse like that or anything like that. I think that this video depicted him to be very evil. Does that mean he's an evil man, that he's not done things that's good for the culture? Yeah. Can he be forgiven? Yes. I just think he needs to own up to what he's done, and I pray he's getting the help he needs to. And he still has a lot coming, and I think if more comes and it truly depicts the monster that she made him out to be in that court documents, I think that we should really separate ourselves from that, regardless of his color, his skin complexion. It doesn't matter. It's not a race thing.
Hey, Drew, stop being focused on that. Quit being focused on it being a race thing. All I simply said was, when the white counterparts do it, those words you just used, monster, this, and this.
I think whatever color you are, if you're doing the behaviors, you should be.
But my point was,
the same way.
everybody else doesn't look at it that way.
I know.
When a black man, when it's us, like you said with Majors, we've seen black men just get railroaded.
I didn't view Majors as a monster. I felt he got railroaded by
the media was trying to paint him out.
Exactly. That's my point. Thank you, man.
But Diddy painted himself when he ran out that room. He did. I mean, he painted himself. I mean, it's only so much you can skate out of that. Yeah, I mean, he had enough common sense. He had enough common sense to hold that down towel while he's beating that ass.
He did.
He kept that towel on.
The whole time the towel never came.
All right, I'll start. Go ahead, Sister Angelica. All right, but don't play that. It's gonna cut my thing.
I mean, I just believe that it's a hidden agenda between about this whole situation. I mean, I agree with my brother just saying just how amplified the situation always is when it's surrounded around a black man. I mean, honestly, we know when it comes to. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, when it's surrounded around other races that's not according to black people, it's not as amplified as it is as a black man. But I just believe that it being so long, and I mean, him putting his hands on her definitely is not called for. It wasn't right. But so many years done went by. You know, she done moved on. I mean, at this point, it's just kind of like when we bring up allegations like that, it's like, what's your true intention? So I really feel like when it comes to this whole situation, it's really just a big distraction for us to, you know, not really know what's really going on and what they're really trying to do. So I'm always looking deeper into situations. So I just think that I look at it like, okay, just something that they're trying to do to keep us distracted from something else, whatever it is that's going on behind the scenes.
I agree. Like, it trips me out. You see on Instagram, Diddy, Stevie J, they out Miami on bikes, smiling. He posting pictures with the kids. Like, I'm sure, I guarantee his attorneys, his legal team is probably telling them, hey, bro, live your life, man. Because again, we didn't talk about the fact that this was released in 16. You remarried in 19. You really ain't missed a beat. Your husband ain't no slouch.
Yeah, money.
Yeah, exactly. But now I see an opportunity because guess what? You're right. Drew, you brought up a point, and it was along the lines of back then that could have destroyed Diddy, right?
Yeah.
My thing is, well, he damn sure didn't have Ciroc back then, did he? I don't think Ciroc was that big. Was it in 16? Ciroc wasn't that big. Whatever. Revolt wasn't out, was it?
Not Revolt.
Revolt, Ciroc. So when you look at the added income that he's acquired, why the hell not would I go after you now? Listen, hey, check this out, Sister Angelica. No, my point is would she have gotten that big of a payday?
Not back then, no.
Exactly.
No.
That's my
but in this landscape, yes.
Yes. Look, my kinder teacher just told me she's been divorced for 24 years. She has to go to court now because her ex-husband wants to come after her pension. She said she has not spoke to this man in 24 years. She's literally right there on the brink of retirement. Like maybe within the next couple of years. Now, all of a sudden, she has to go to court. Because her retirement is stupid. She's been teaching forever. So she got big money. She ain't talked to this man in 24 years, her daughter 30, and now he wants to take her to court. And they legally have been divorced. 24 years, y'all.
Yeah, it's sucker shit.
Come on, man.
I mean,
money.
Okay,
money.
I just think that's just. It's kind of fucked up to just think it's all about money, man.
Money's all root evil. That's what they say.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what?
None of these cases have been criminal. none of them have been criminal. Like, it's not like they're looking for justice like that.
I mean,
it's all civil suits.
But what I'm saying is that, and I can't speak on the other cases. For hers, during that time, there's a lot of women who don't go through and press charges, who don't go through the process of doing that. And it could be a Stockholm syndrome. It could be a sickness, why they don't walk away. It's like, why don't you leave? Why don't you do this? Why would you stay with somebody that beat you?
How many of them are messing with millionaires, though?
Again, it doesn't matter.
Yes, it do. Yes,
but what I'm saying is that it's people who don't go through anything. I mean, excuse me, they don't go back and get any type of money, and they never report the guy.
Well, if it was not about money, let's say Cassie filed a lawsuit and all this stuff she had built against Diddy, and she was suing for 25-30 million. You know what I mean? If she didn't settle, and if it was really about justice, she want to see him go to jail and do time and get the money if she thinks she's going to win that lawsuit. But if it's about the money, if you settle, he doesn't do any time. You
but
just
during
get
this
paid.
time, we don't know all the interactions. Like you said earlier, Derek, we don't know those interlaced interactions. What if he promised her certain aspects of her career? He controlled so much of her life.
That's who, man.
I'm talking about when she filed the lawsuit. I'm talking about that.
Listen, when she filed that lawsuit, to me personally, I think that if Diddy had a leg to stand on, he should have stood on it and not settled.
Okay, well, check this out.
Why'd he settle?
I like you saying that because I've been in a relationship with this woman, and part of me do love her. Part of me do want to see her do good. I did share my life with this woman. I did live with this woman.
So why not just...
women that you've been in a relationship with don't have dirt on.
Exactly.
Any relationship that
so we can look at it from that way too.
They have dirt on
yes, they
some
do.
kind of way.
Yes.
It may not mean you beat her or nothing like that, but
They may just some trifling dude behind closed doors.
They don't know.
You may be anything.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think we should. I'm not demonizing her for that. I feel like that.
I didn't demonize her.
I'm just saying. You said fuck her. That's demonizing.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. That's not demonizing. What you doing, Diddy, is demonizing.
I'm not
What I
demonizing.
said was
I'm just stating
for
obvious.
her and women that do that, which is why I also included Bill Cosby in his situation as it pertained to wrongful actions toward a woman.
I got a question for Angelica. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I see we twinning today because you got your earrings on. The motherland. And that's, you know what I'm saying, that's my chain too. So I was wondering, have you traced your ancestry to see what part you was from?
No, I actually haven't.
Okay, cool. And my next question is, do you have any tips for like preserving the melanin? Because I just want to get my melanin. You know what I'm saying? I know us chocolate brothers. I just figured you would have tips to,
For real.
I figured you into that. So
Take that offline.
Yeah.
I mean, the only tip I would have is hydration. Keep yourself hydrated, eat healthy, because a lot of the stuff that we eat really affects how our body plays out. So make sure you keep hydrated and eat a lot of foods with antioxidants in it. So, and water.
okay, cool. I don't know. Every time she talks to me, she be smiling. Y'all peep that? Like every time we conversate, she be smiling and everything. Look, see,
All right.
blushing and everything.
All right. So we'll let
Now,
it.
I wanted to hear. I'm kind of trying to understand
Somebody echo
what
it.
Drew was trying to say about this whole situation, because he's saying that, okay, well, it's not about the money. Why? What do you mean when you say it's not about the money?
She wants to hear your opinion because you're saying it's not about the money.
Oh, okay. All right. They're echoing what you said, Sister Angelica. I gotta fix my headphones.
Okay.
I feel like that I don't want to demonize her for requesting a settlement. Again, I don't know the torture that she went through based off what I seen in that video, based off what she put in the statement. I think it was a Stockholm syndrome why she didn't seek justice at that moment. I do. It's no different, and I equate it to when people say, why were black people slaves for 400 plus years?
Two different things, man.
Again,
That's two totally different spectrums.
I feel like that. Again, it's easy to say, why would somebody stay in this? Because I think she was conditioned. I think she was groomed and she was beaten. There's a lot. It's not like this is one-off situation, bro. There's so many women that stay in those type of situations. They get beat on weekly, and you be like, why haven't you left? Unfortunately, she got beat on who got a lot of money. So, matter of fact, I don't care if it's about the money or not. The fact is that if she did come out, he would have lost every single endorsement. He wouldn't have had none of his endorsements that he had, the amount of net worth that he had, if she would have pushed that on him. Maybe she was trying to save that brother from that. So the fact that, hey, before this get to this point, because of what I did for you, you need to look out for me. Maybe she need the money. Maybe she hurting. I don't care what it is. He got it, and he came out the pockets with it.
He was in a relationship with Cassie, and whatever was going on in their relationship. So stop saying a dude beat her. No,
he did beat her.
Listen to what I'm saying, man.
Okay.
Because I'm not taking away from your point that in that video, he was very inappropriate in the way he handled her as a woman. But he was with his woman doing sucker shit. Period. All of us have been in a relationship, like you said, and then damn near had to push somebody back. Man, listen, we all got personal situations where we didn't have to push, kind of goddamn damn near, hey, chill. Hey, you doing too much. We just didn't escalate. Whatever happened in that room, or even if he would have, a couple of these, chill, and then walked off. Wouldn't be as bad. But for him, you kicked the door off the hinge and you went full throttle on that woman. That's what make him a fucking dude. You tripping, dude. But to say you a woman beater and then all of that, bro, that we have that footage of you being you didn't like beat her down, but you was real rough with her and real inappropriate.
He didn't beat her down when
that
he
wasn't
kicked.
a beat down, man.
Well,
he did had his socks on and kicked her. He did.
But what would you need to see to be convinced he's a woman beater?
Yeah, what would you need to see?
I mean, that's the case. Then I'm a woman beater, cause me and my wife.
But I'm saying for
I'm gonna be. Hey, I told you I'm standing on my own business today. Well, then I'm a woman beater then, cause I had a physical altercation with my wife. I had to get her up.
I've been there. I've been in jail. I've been down there. I know it. We have all been down there.
You see what I'm saying?
But I'm saying with Diddy
I'm
though,
my truth. So we gonna look in the mirror and own that shit, bro. We all done had some personal bullshit that done took place that down there could have went left real quick. I had the police called on me. I had to step out.
He said no to you.
Maybe not you, Maybe not you will. But I'm just saying it might not be to that magnitude. But it's been some discrepancies with some chicks where we done had to. Hey, bro, chill.
Yeah.
Chill. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. All I'm saying is that chill could have went left really quick. That's what I'm saying. So to say that, I've done it all the time, I had that one situation and they never went back ever again.
So this one situation that you're saying, you don't think that coupled with
that he is a.
So you don't think that's not beating her? That's because he has socks on?
No, he beat her. He beat her. No,
hey man, I didn't say like didn't.
He tried to take her head off.
Boots, stumping around 8-pound stumping her.
No, he tried to take that woman's head off.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me.
He grabbed her down to the ground. That's strike 3 right there.
And then he threw the base, bro.
And then the base.
That's a felonious assault right there.
Well, yeah.
That wasn't the first time.
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't the first time.
Listen, I didn't want to say that. To me, that didn't seem like. It didn't seem like. Now, it could be.
But we don't know how they get down in a relationship, man. We don't know.
But what I'm saying is, we don't know how they get down. But I think we should safely say for our community that we're not all perfect, but we should encourage the community that if you feel that's your normal,
that's
wrong. That's wrong. You need to
dysfunction.
Yeah, like if you a woman going through that, even if you the woman inciting the violence, if you the man inciting the violence, if this woman is bringing it out of you, if this man bringing it, whatever the reason is, man, you need to remove yourself from that situation because it's not healthy. It's trauma. You need to get help. True. Because if you deal with the court of law, bro, they don't give a fuck, bro. You could go in and see your wife smashing your best friend, bro. You better keep your hands to yourself. Like the law do not care.
Major show us that.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's a wrap.
But I'm saying, some men can't handle that. A man
will gonna get you off.
It's called crime of passion.
The crime of passion. What I'm saying is, some men and women act in a manner, no matter if you're under the influence, no matter the reason, you have to understand there's consequences for your decision. I just think I want the podcast to, like, when we encourage people to say, listen, I'm not demonizing Diddy, and I'm not also condemning her no matter when she came out. If it was for money, if it's not for money, it don't matter. That she saved him from ruin years ago.
She didn't save him from nothing. Let's stop saying that. She didn't save him for nothing, because back then, we don't, even if she would have went through with it back then, he wasn't where 16 and 24.
So you think he would have still got those endorsements if so do you see him getting future endorsements right now? Hold on. You say fuck no. You say what?
He's done.
So if this came out in 2016, now do I see him probably, he got the money and resources not going to jail, but it's not about jail. It's about them people who want to do business with you to say, hey, do I really want you to face my company?
It would have cut his pockets, so.
It would have cut his pockets. Thank you. And he made more than $30 million in 8 years.
Right.
Because of this didn't come out. So the fact that she asked for it, it's like, look, bro, I was going through a hard time in my life at that time. I shouldn't have done that to you. If you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like, look, I'm gonna just cash you out. I don't give a fuck. It's about money. Keep this shit on the low.
But do you think Cassie? Do you think Cassie planned?
It wasn't on the low. It wasn't on the low because it went to. It wasn't on the low because it went. She filed it because they couldn't agree to a settlement beforehand. That's when it got filed and it got settled the next day.
But do you think she planned this whole thing out, or because of the scope of the atmosphere in 2024, she was like,
It could be.
Man,
you know
if
what?
I go for him right now, and the way things is, I can get
16,
paid.
you was remarried in 19. Now we
this wasn't her plan, bro. She seen an opportunity.
Come on,
because she did have moved on with her life.
Hey, even if it's an opportunity,
3 kids later.
So fucking what? Even if she felt, I'm saying so what? Right. Hey, if you can stand on business and say fuck her, I'm saying so what if she say fuck him? Let me give me.
I didn't say. I said her and other women that's do fine. That.
I get it. So
I'm saying, like I just only said her.
I'm just saying.
I also said women who do that.
I get it, but if she's seen an opportunity and is like, I'm gonna capitalize. Fuck it.
She capitalized on the opportunity.
She capitalized. And guess what? If he wouldn't have been doing that shit, he wouldn't have been in that position. If the motherfucker went out here beating on her like that, doing this crazy shit, and again, she ain't the only one saying this shit, bro.
What did he say? He had a socks on?
Yeah, it's just like, bro, the police would have been like, you could have had on, he could have had on furry slippers, and them police would have been like, man, you coming with me.
We talked about old boy killing old girl right off Philadelphia. Same, went in, beat her up. Really.
I'm gonna get Angelica's point too in a moment. Since Angelica, I hope I was able to answer your question.
I mean, yeah, you did. I just feel like, again, with all of us, we all have our different perspective. Like, I mean, I do not agree at all. I've been a woman of domestic violence, and you can't sit here and tell a woman, you can't tell a woman just to leave, because there's so many things that go into just leaving the situation. However, I still just believe that this is more than this whole situation is more than what we think it is. I just believe that, honestly, like, to come out years later to talk about what done happened as far as her being abused and wanting to get money for her, whatever the case may be, it's just kind of like, why now? To me, like, even if she couldn't have did it at that time, to me, I just kind of feel like, when I left an abusive relationship, that was that. I left that alone. I'm not thinking about money. I'm not thinking about getting anything back or whatever from the situation. The situation's done and over with. I done moved on. She happy. She got kids now. Like, that whole situation is done for her. So I do truly believe that with her wanting money and whatever case may be now, I think it's an opportunity. I think, and I also think it's more than what we see it to be. Like, I don't believe that, just because if it may look like an opportunity that it's okay. It's really not, because it kind of go back to think like, okay, so what? you done stopped dealing with a guy for however many years, the guy that abused you, whatever the case may be. But as soon as the opportunity come up to actually get him back because you didn't have the chance at that time, do you really want to put yourself through that unless you actually are going to get something out of it? Like me personally, I'm not about to go back to a whole situation just because of no reason. So, I don't know. I just truly believe that there is some type of hidden agenda surrounding around the whole P. Diddy situation and the reason why all this is coming out now. But of course, I believe as well as at that time, I think that, things work in divine timing. So at the end of the day, if she would have did that at that time, maybe Diddy wouldn't be, as big as he is now, to where it draws the media more so to the situation as it does now.
I think he's bigger than.
Well,
I
yeah,
agree.
it's like I agree with both of what you guys are saying, but I don't agree to violence, and I really don't agree with Cassie or Diddy. Like,
what if it's a testimony? What if, like, a woman goes through that and they say, I want to write a book, or because Kim was writing a book, a tell-all book to about her life, and then she mysteriously died of a pneumonia.
Let's not say mysteriously, man. We don't know.
You did say, bro. Why
keep making it like
no. Listen, I got a follow-up question for Angelica. For someone, for real, for someone who's been in an abuse, what makes a woman stay? Like, if it's an abuse going on, since it's psychologically, and she's really getting abused, what makes her stay?
Fear makes a woman stay. And also, because when I was in an abusive relationship, I kind of felt like, in my mind,
hey, we gotta close.
I thought it was love.
Okay.
Because even after the abuse, he will try to settle me down with words and gifts and stuff like that. So it became a habit to where I accepted it. It became my norm, especially when it got to a point to where I didn't have nobody to go and seek, comfort with. My whole family, everybody left me alone because they knew what he was doing to me, and I wasn't leaving. So even if I did want to leave, I'm just like, ain't like I got anywhere to go, or so it comes to a point to where women just settle. Women think that's love, and it's fear. It was a lot of fear behind it because it got intense to where guns was drawn. I've been shot at multiple times. I wasn't actually shot at, by the grace of Allah, I wasn't shot at, but I've been shot at, by the abuser. So it gets really, really scary to where, a woman frees up and just settle for whatever it is. Like, I actually had to come up with a plan in order to get out of that abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can, that's just like the story I shared with my partner's niece on Philadelphia, similar to what Sister Angelica just said. Like, I don't know if she got to the planning stage, but when she told the guy, hey, I'm going back to my kid's father, this isn't working for me, the guy, came in the back door, did what he did and, murdered that lady, and then, shot her twice in the head after you've beat her up really bad, to the point to where I believe it was a closed casket funeral. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, like, that junk is crazy, and I can understand, what she's saying, like, where sometimes you got to make a plan. Like,
yeah, I agree. I agree with what she said.
But one thing I didn't do is I didn't tell him. I couldn't tell him what I was about to do.
No,
I had to play it off.
But you can't, because even back in the day, like that Ike and Tina, like that biopic, all the time she tried to leave,
and he was clowning.
He went back and got her. But it was kind of like what you were saying, Drew, where like you that young, it was the same way. He was older, Tina was younger, and then he gave her his whole career. Said you got the whole world at your fingertips, and like I got all the control of it. Yep. That's how it was with Cassie's career.
Yeah, and I.
So it wasn't that easy to just leave.
Yeah, and I like me. You have to think too. We're like our people, and I bring up slavery. Like we're the strongest, we're the best, but we got conditioned to believe that we were less than other people, that we were like underneath, and we believed that we had to live like that for so long that once it took people to start raising up and changing and evoking change, that's why Malcolm X lives on. Because he stood up to the injustices during the civil rights movement and Dr. King and stuff like that, because it was like, we don't need to live like this. You recondition our minds. And I say, and I'm gonna close with this for women who may be going through this. I'm not saying that Coach G, I'm not saying every interaction I had with women was the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I'm not perfect. And but I also think as a father, having daughters, I pray they never run in a situation like this. I pray they're not being with a man who on a sucker attack. What Diddy did was some sucker shit onto the next level. That it scares me that it doesn't matter how much money you have, a man could be a sucker. You could be rich, you could be poor. That doesn't matter. Don't matter your complexion. It don't matter anything. If you a sucker, you a sucker. And I think as a woman, you need to get away from that. If you're a man, you need to get away from women like that too. So, I don't want it to be demonizing Diddy, because we all fall short of the glory of God. So I just really want to be careful to be like not judging him, because as Coach D said, we've all been in situations where it could have went left and our lives could have changed, from a simple argument or something like that. So I say that I pray that you learn from this, and him having daughters, I hope that he understands that, hey, I don't want them to go through that under any circumstances. I don't want my daughter being dragged, kicked, any of that. So I'm gonna say that. Peace to them both, man. Peace to them both. Go ahead, Coach D.
If we have any viewers out there that are experiencing any sort of domestic violence, there's an 800 number you can call, 800-799-7233. That is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The T.A.P does not condone disrespecting women, nor abuse of women of any kind, or just in general. We don't condone any sort of abuse. After kind of really looking at their background, they dated on and off 11 years, so it was a serious relationship. Within that serious relationship, who knows what there was a 10-album contract that she had on the business side. Mm-hmm. So who knows what other promises were made. I think a direct takeaway for me is don't mix business and pleasure.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
That really just jumped in my mind first. At the end of the day, I just am not for people that's trying to come up on a quick dollar. And I'm sure more will surface regarding Cassie and Brother Love as to what really went on. Was this just a messy relationship that's got out of hand? Was this a situation where, we was clowning with each other and now certain pieces are coming out? We don't know until it's really all said and done. But men, like Drew said, the fella said, walk away. Walk away. If she's walking away, sit your ass down. Don't be a sucker and go try to control that woman. Worst thing you can do, try to control a woman. Mm-hmm. She's walking away, let her go. Keep yourself free. Freedom is literally in the palm of your hands. 15 seconds can sit you down for a lifetime.
Yep.
Facts.
Coach D.
Yeah, I agree. I'll piggyback off what he said. You can only control how you respond to your actions. You can't control anybody, especially no damn woman. So they want to leave, let them leave, man. But it don't do you no justice chasing after them, football kicking them in the head and throwing vases at them. You know what I mean? That's just going to hurt your pockets. But I do think it was an agenda why she came back years later. I mean, $30 million, that's enough for me to, forgive. That's a lot. But, it is what it is. He settled. So, but I do think it's the reason why this came out now, because it'll kill his character even more. I
do agree that I think it's a conspiracy. And we're not going to talk about those certain people who are really in power that probably got the ball moving on this. So,
pause.
This nigga.
Yo.
Go ahead, man.
We'll close with you, then close with Sister Angelica.
All right, but yeah, mine is real simple. I would just say there's a zero tolerance for both sides.
Yeah.
So women out there that's putting your hands on men, just don't do it. Don't take advantage of chivalry and just assume every man practices it. Because in this video, this shows that they don't.
Yeah.
So to be on the safe side, this is all the daughters and all of them. Don't put your hands on these dudes, man, because they can hit you back. And a lot of these times they will, and they are doing it. We've seen it on video. So like, just practice zero tolerance. That's for the men. That's for the women. That's good.
Sister Angelica, we closing with you. Whatever you got to say.
Well, I just want to say that once we know and understand just how much we have to get back to self and self-love, you know, we wouldn't inflict pain on each other, men or female. I believe that the world is in a condition that it's in because of the abuse of the woman. You know, this is Mother Nature. And I definitely don't condemn domestic violence at all. But one thing I will say is to always be sure to do your research on anybody that you're dealing with. I think that we're easily, I want to say easily influenced to be with somebody because of our flesh desires. You know, they look good, you want something out of them, but sometimes that situation can turn into a lifelong relationship unknowingly, and then we come into a spot where it becomes toxic. So understanding, I always go back to this all the time, understanding who you are, knowing your worth and value as a man and as a woman, and also know when the situation is done and over with, let it be done. Because we don't seek no justice trying to chase, like my brother said, trying to force a situation, so I just hope and pray that, my sisters and brothers also just understand how important it is to go back to love and self, because we wouldn't inflict the pain that we obviously really are feeling it for ourselves onto others if we actually had that love of self.
What you know? Oh, well, hey, YouTube world, if you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to our guest channel, Healing with Sister Angelica. She talks about a lot of facts that, the goal of our channel too, we want people to grow, right? We want people to walk away and understand something to get better. So if you're not subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. Sister Angelica, I will send you this following the episode. Again, YouTube world, if you're not subscribed to us, please subscribe. A lot of you guys been watching and ain't been subscribing. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share. Until next time, guys.